welcome back. We are now, we'll continue with the scene that we're currently in. So, Ben, you've just investigated the window and found that it is clearly magically locked itself. In fact, no, not just yet, actually. Sorry, I keep getting ahead of myself. You have moved some of your movement. You can either move back or teleport, or you can find another way, or you can try to open a window or a door by means of your choosing.
Tell you what you found with that 20 investigation. A microphone that works.
It is an improvement. Yeah. Yep. What's that? I've forgotten what things that my character's got.
You always do that.
I know, but this is
This is us just getting back into things.
Hadn't even played it.
Yeah, Ben will never get used to this character. This is
any character ever.
any mechanics.
I struggle with like first and second level characters.
In the 7, 8, 9 years we've been playing together, Ben never knows his character.
To be fair, it is a bit hard, like dunking you guys into a 12th level campaign.
We've never reached that high before.
Wow, level 12 to 20, babies. Let's go.
That's why I suggested it.
Yeah, yes. Andy made his famous, or infamous, I should say.
I've only ever done it in one other game in the last 6 years.
What made the suggestion? Or
no? Starting at 1 and getting to 12, and then facing Tiamat and dying horribly. So.
Well, that's what happens, isn't
it? You good, Ben?
Yeah. I'm still looking at what's on my sheet, but okay. I'll say I'll hold. Can I hold an action? That's a thing, right?
Yes, you can absolutely hold an action.
Great.
Because you haven't used it. I would say you used your bonus action to do the investigation because it took a little bit of time for you just to look. Usually it's an action to do like a search like that, but because we're in background scenes, it doesn't matter too much. Okay, Raphy, you have just noticed that the door has clicked behind you. You've got your trolley. You've seen these kids in here. You know that they've probably done something. It's weird that the doors is locked though. You can't hear an alarm. What do you do?
Rattle the door quickly. Just double check that it is properly locked.
It is. It's not even rattling, which is unusual. Usually things have a little bit of give to them, but it suddenly feels very solid.
Okay. And then
as a note, you're feeling a little bit like the air is a little bit thinner in here as well. Suddenly.
Oi. What have you done?
Widget,
to be here.
What Widget turns to look at you, a very scared look on her face, like shit. The fuzz is here. Somebody in a high vis jacket has just addressed her. She's very scared, and she looks towards Hendrix, sort of in that deer in the headlight look. Cheese it.
What I'm trying to do.
Is that your action? Are you just gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, literally just going.
Do you want to hold your action?
No, I'm just gonna go. What the hell?
Okay, fair.
What are you doing?
Okay. After you, kind of like a lair action happens. The air becomes very thin in here. There is a whirring sound. The alarms properly start going off, the ones that everybody can now hear. Beep, 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 beep. And a sense of dread comes over you, Raphy, as you realise that, oh no, this is definitely going to lead to some sort of investigation. These kids shouldn't be in here. Well, this kid shouldn't be in here. You're not sure what the dog's doing here. It seems to be looking intently at the window at the moment. And the sound that is becoming a little bit more audible, more that Hendrix could hear initially, is a high-pitched whirring noise coming from the top corners of the room, from devices that you don't really recognize, and suddenly you feel like you can't breathe. Raphy and Hendrix, and I'll get Widget to run one as well. I need you to make me a con saving throw, please. I can't roll as good as the players, apparently.
Con saving throw. I see it. Don't worry. Yep.
This is for you to basically, the air is being drawn out of this room, and this is for you to be able to get a lungful of air for you to be able to function in the coming rounds. You pass. Raphy passes. You manage to.
I got a 10.
You do not pass. You start to feel really woozy. You know that you're going to need to leave this room by any means possible in the next 2 to 3 rounds. Okay. That's maximum you have left. Otherwise, you're going to pass out. Raphy, you have as long as your minutes to your Constitution bonus. So I believe that's 3.
Yeah.
So you have 3 minutes worth of time. Which is ancient, a long fucking time in a scene. Yeah. You're fine, okay. Okay, and unfortunately, hang on, actually, what was her bonus to that? Yeah, no. You, Hendrix, you look over, you see that Widget also seems to be a little bit paler green than usual, but a determined look comes over her. And she glances back at the display case. Not that you can see, but maybe, in fact, no, none of you would hear, because when you're in a vacuum, things become very dull in sound. However, for the audience, the security guards start moving as they hear suddenly the alarms go off. I think... Yeah, the guy at the desk is going to radio the guy in the downstairs display area what area it is. So he will know what area you guys are in. However, it's going to take him a little while to get there. So he's going to dash 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Ooh, let's go downstairs. Upstairs, I should say. 50. Oh.
What stairs is he using to get up 60. There?
These ones. He went up.
Oh, God, the stairs of the corner. And I had totally failed to see them.
Yeah. So there are a lot of steps, but that's just the kind of labyrinthian maze of the museum. Lots of ways in, lots of ways out. You hope, if you're not in that room. It is now, so the security guards... one of the security guards has started moving. The other one, you don't know what he's doing. Potentially just monitoring the situation or phoning the police. And then it is Widget's turn. She looks between Hendrix. She too knows that she doesn't have very long to get out of here. Clearly her priorities are on whatever it is in this display case. And she swings her bag, which is full of obviously all of her stuff, spray cans that she's been carrying, at this display case and breaks it, snatching the object in the display case and shoves it into her bag.
Can I have my held action?
You can, yes.
Can I? Would my psychic dagger thingy work against that thing that's sucking against all the air out?
Yes, so you can see in the corner there is a device high up in the wall in the corner that is kind of looks like an AC unit, but apparently is working the wrong way. You can assume that it's likely magical. However, a lot of magical items sometimes can be just overcome with brute force and ignorance. Okay. So you can make your attacks at that item.
Okie dokie.
You have to roll to hit just to see if you get past its natural hardiness.
No, I rolled a nat 1.
There it is.
And Ben's back.
Ben's back, finally. What does the daggers look like for your character?
They look like claw slices that just kind of appear on the thing.
Yeah, like suddenly in midair, a little bit further away. Raphy, you see this device being assailed by these almost kind of spectral claws that then disappear. It's sort of like you have several attacks, Ben. Actually, you it's not. Yeah, if you've got a held action, is it just one attack or is it the attack round?
One.
It's just one attack.
Just
I apologize.
attack.
Sorry, it was just the one, Ben. Alas, but Raphy, you've seen this dog fully using magic. I don't know if you've spoken yet, either, Hendrix, but speaking is going to now be very difficult in this environment. Widget is going to use her bonus action to run down the stairs. Yep, she's going to run downstairs. So she's going to go down here, 30 foot. That's 10. Ooh, just moving her up here. 20, 30, 25, 30. There we go. That's all she can go so far. So if you can see her, she's up here now. Hendrix, she's kind of... I think you know that she knows that you can find your own way out.
Okay.
Yeah? But she's trying to find an exit. But she doesn't know that the windows have locked. So it is now your go.
Right. I will I think teleport out.
Yeah, just straight outside.
Yeah.
Raphy, you're alone.
Can I but also I want to get round towards that window that's near where she's going to be coming out, so I can try and help her get out from down there.
The other side. Okay. So you can move down, so you can get down to use one of your I think it's action to use your teleport. Yep. And you come down to this area. So if you move your character, so I think it's that square there.
Wait. Oh, I didn't see
you see me pinging?
Okay. Yep. All right.
It's all right. I'm just gonna keep.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. And then so you can use your 30 foot from there, or 40 foot, 50 foot. Yep, that was it. To move round
10 squares on.
You can see through the windows to see where she is. So you can see that she's like round this area. So if you want to come around the front, you are. You know that there are cameras around here, but it's up to you whether or not you can either make a stealth check to avoid them, because you would have seen them earlier, or you can just...
I'll try and avoid them if I can.
Try and avoid them. Make me a stealth check.
I haven't got any actions left to help get through the window or anything, have I?
No, because you would have used your action to teleport.
So in that case, I'll just try and perhaps stay there or something, but in skulking under a bush or something.
Brilliant. Just make me a quick stealth check. You are rogue. You could do this as a bonus action.
That is 23.
Yeah, that's more than enough. You feel well hidden by this bush. Okay, Raphy. You saw the little goblin girl run downstairs, and you saw the dog poof into nothingness. He could be dead, you don't know. But he tried to attack the box up in the corner. What do you wish to do?
2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
1, are there any cameras? And 2, where is the last fire extinguisher I have to replace?
I think that because you were I said that you could choose wherever. I'm going to make it very easy for you. I reckon it's here. Okay. Between these 2 bits here. I'll make that very easy. Just because you know that you haven't... You probably know that you need to leave the situation. Or convince the security guard, whatever it is that you're going to do next.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing for your action? You're just gonna do your job?
No, I want to see where the first question was the cameras. Are there any cameras?
Sorry,
here?
yes. I think that there is a camera here.
Yeah.
And it's pointing outwards. I think there's likely going to be, because this is a display area, there's going to be cameras all around. You're kind of surrounded by. Well, actually no, because I made Ben check 4 cameras and they wouldn't have been in here. So when he checked them, the light wasn't on, so they didn't seem to be working. So they're there, but for some reason they're off.
Okay.
Dumb luck. Nat 20 luck.
No problem. I am going to replace the fire extinguisher with the doctored one.
Yep.
So all the fire extinguishers in the trolley are completely mundane.
Yep. And you put all the new ones in.
Yeah, then I'm going to collapse on the floor.
Okay.
Because I'm just going to collapse on the floor.
Okay, cool. You fall to the ground. Is this a performance or deception to try and make out like you've passed out?
It's about the same. Do you know what? I'm going to intentionally fail my con.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm actually going to do it on purpose.
Let out all your air.
Yeah.
And hope that somebody knows how to open that door.
Yep.
Cool.
Because at this moment in time, my cover story isn't blown or anything. So
that's very true. There is a display case that is broken in this room that's with you.
That's fine, because they can search my stuff and they won't find anything stolen there.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Awesome. Let's move on to the security guards. They make their way round. So this one's gonna again use his dash. Sorry, I'll try and speed up a little bit. I know that we've got a little bit of time limit on these. That's 30. Oh, 60. Right, there we go. We're going there. God, these guys move really slow.
Yes.
They're probably going to get to you in a. This one's going to stay there. He's actually phoning the police because clearly they've had an alert to say that something's been disturbed, and he's just going to straight up phone the police. And is going to turn those cameras on. Perhaps they were switched off because of some other reason, and he's realised that he's going to get fucking sacked if they're not on. So in your haze of passing out, you do see the little red blinking lights come back on, and you're on the ground.
Yeah, that's fine.
At this point. Perfect. Okay. Widget is going to try and break open this window. She's going to do what she did before. She's going to swing her bag at it, but she has to beat a fairly high DC for this window. Because this whole room is still part of the air no worky room.
Air no worky.
Yeah, that's the technical term. Fuck. She didn't do very well. She seems to be getting weaker. She obviously she doesn't feel very capable at the moment. Hendrix, it's your turn.
You're muted, Ben.
He's not there.
He's not there.
He's gone.
He's passed out with the lack of oxygen. He's not even in the room.
I'm sorry. I will try again my psychic blades attack on the
window.
On the window, yeah.
Okay, so the claws once again sprout from your mind as it attacks the window this time. Please make a to hit check, and these can be done for as many attacks that you can actually make because it's not a held action.
Okay, that's 26 for the first one.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Do I roll damage for that then?
Yes. I mean, technically, I don't know whether it works as sneak attack. It's a window, but no, fuck it. Yeah, put sneak attack on top of that. Why not?
Okay, I don't know how to do that, but.
Oh god, you're the worst rogue. So you're
the worst player, full stop, I think. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
No, you're very good. You're a very good player, Ben. You're just not very good with rules.
No. He's a good character. He's a shit player.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So your sneak attack at the moment is 66. So if you wanted to just roll that straight up in
6. Okay.
Yeah. And I believe your claws, your mind claws, do force damage, I believe. Yeah, something like that.
6. I think that's 60-20. That would be nice.
That would be very nice, I'm sure.
You'd probably roll 6 20s as well.
I think there's no way that you won't get the target number on this.
Okay.
In total, you need 20.
24.
24. The window smashes and suddenly air sucks back into the room. Unfortunately, the glass shards spray all over with quite a force towards Widget, who gets a face full of glass. She's going to take... Just it doesn't really matter, but 2 damage at the moment. That was just very luckily rolled. She's quite good at dodging it. But on her next go, she can escape through this window.
I've still got...
You've got a bonus action and movement.
Okay. Can I get in and drag her out any quicker than she could get out herself? Or would
it would be an action to move her. So regardless, it's probably better just to wait for her out here in terms of the time frame.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's completely up to you. What do you want to do?
Okay. Yeah, I'll... Yeah.
Stay where you are.
I'll just wait.
Okay. Yep. So Raphy, it is your go again. You've intentionally let out your air. You did start to lose consciousness, but then all of a sudden, the air has started coming back into this room, and you can feel yourself like brightening up, coming more compos mentis, and you can hear the sounds of the security guard coming closer. He's not making any moves to disguise his thumping footfalls, so you can definitely hear him coming. Do you want to continue the ruse that you've passed out here?
Yeah, but, I am being affected by whatever it was. I'm just going to continue doing that because I'm not faking it.
No, because it actually happened, and they can see that. They'll be able to see that on the camera. So perfect.
I'm happy to do that.
So you continue. I will just narrate what happens next because I think it's kind of foregone conclusion at this point. The security guard makes his way into the room and he sees you on the floor. And initially he does a quick sweep of the room to see if there's anybody else in here, and then sort of bends down to see if you're okay. Kind of can see that you're conscious, so he doesn't like start CPR or anything like that, or recovery position. You all right, mate? What happened?
I just couldn't breathe.
Did you break the glass? He points towards the glass.
No.
Is there anybody else in here? And he stands back up again, just ready to move.
I thought I saw a dog.
He looks at you. A dog. Make me a persuasion check.
I'm not lying.
I know. That's why I said persuasion, not deception. But it's just a weird thing to say, Tom.
I know.
It's a weird thing to see.
It's a weird thing to see. Yeah, no, that's fair. Fuck off, Tom.
This
is crazy.
It makes you wonder about Roll20.
Next week is going to be very, very bad.
This is going to be all nat ones.
Yeah.
I'm going to be so happy. Right.
The way these games randomly generate the number there, it's always skewed towards 20s and 1s.
Yeah.
Raphy, you spin this guy a tale of a weird dog. You just saw this weird dog. You're not sure of anything else. He thinks that you are perhaps really brain damaged and is really concerned about you, and he's not going to go anywhere because he's calling you an ambulance.
That's fine.
Okay, so but he's genuinely concerned about you, and he radios down to his security guy next downstairs, and he says, "Keep an eye out for anybody around the perimeter of the building." The guy doing the safety equipment replacement is passed out. I'm just phoning him an ambulance, and the guy in front of the screen who sort of half won the phone to the police asks for an ambulance. Is too busy with this conversation, with listening to this guy upstairs, and also keeping an eye on the CCTV cameras to see the two very stealthy beings slip out of the window. Widget makes it to you, Hendrix, and but you're both very proficient in stealth, and because of that nat 20 when you first started, when you could see all the CCTV cameras, you know exactly where the dead points are to avoid them. There's no need to roll anything else, and you both get away. And that is the end of that scene. Thank you both for that. It did go over a little bit more than I intended, but that's fine. That's just the way the game goes. I think I was waffling a little bit too much.
I want to know what was in the fire extinguisher, but we'll come to that some other time, I imagine.
Exactly.
I want to know what was stolen.
I want to know what she's stolen.
Questions could be asked maybe after the session,
Okay.
and I might answer depending on what character would know what. Okay, next scene. This takes place in Canterbury. We are over at Blean Woods, the nice wooded area, foresty area, really, over at the northwest of Canterbury, above Canterbury. Cadman, you are stalking the forest. It is nighttime. It is probably getting close to 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm just going to take us back to the start screen so we can kind of get a fresh scene feel. Sorry. Cadman, you are stalking the forest. You've heard some rumours, quite concerning rumours actually, about students from the University of Kent going missing, and some of them reporting that they'd been attacked by crazed individuals. Mostly this is put down to drunken revelry, not taken very seriously by the police and not investigated. You, however, have felt that this is worth searching, doing a little bit of your own investigation about. And as you get further and further into this woods, into this forest, which you know very well because it's in the surrounding areas and it's actually not too far from your sanctuary, the woods don't feel right. Something is not right here. And as you're walking along, you see several woodland creatures traveling past you the other way. Clearly, not quite in escape mode from whatever is ahead of you, but certainly not comfortable enough to stay in the area. Can you make me a survival check to find out find the trail of the thing that you are stalking, that you are hunting? Nice. 16. You don't get a clear track, but you do get it's more the feeling of coldness, the lack of bird song in an area. So you don't find physical tracks. Whatever it is that you're hunting, obviously, is very good at hiding its tracks. What it's less good at is perhaps hiding the fact that everyday creatures around it is not going to feel comfortable enough to stay in the area. So you go wherever they are fleeing from. And that's what you're following right now. and you start making your way through this forest. It is dark. There is no points of light. However, it's not a full moon, but the moon is quite bright and it's cloudless. So there is some light that streams through the branches overhead. And are you yourself trying to be stealthy to creep up on this thing? Or what is your approach to this? And are you disguised?
Stealthy creature. I won't try and make a big deal. I'll try not be stealthy, but try and be quiet. So I suppose it's tempting stealth. Then I'll try and be quiet as.
Okay, yeah, make me a stealth check, and that's instead of you creeping around, it's just you trying to be softer with your footsteps.
Yeah.
In that sense, so roll me just a stealth. Yeah. You feel that you're quite quiet considering the sort of bulky creature that you are. Obviously quite a heavy creature, being made of stone and all that. Are you disguised as anything? Or are you in your raw form?
Is it worth explaining what that raw form is?
Well, that'll be described after.
No, I'll currently be looking like a student carrying a what's the art book? The big art book where you have your
like a portfolio.
Badge. Yeah,
like
one of those
portfolio thing, like one of those leather cases.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Brilliant. An art student wandering through the woods. I mean, weirder things have happened.
It is Canterbury. Come on.
It is Canterbury. That's
inspiration.
Very true. Hey, that's actually where I went to art college. So let's not.
Exactly.
And I
rest my
did go to the woods
case.
a lot. Yeah. Weirdly enough, Blean Woods. It's called Scully. Anyway. So you're walking along disguised as this young student, perhaps hoping to come across or lure out whatever it is, this thing that you're hunting. Liam, further ahead in the woods, you have already found the thing that you are hunting. You have just not 20 minutes ago, further into the forest, killed 2 vampire spawn. And you know there are a few more up ahead. And there's a cabin. Right. And that is your goal.
Okay.
As you're stealthing a lot, are you stealthing? And can I also have a perception check? Whichever one you want to do first.
I'll do perception first.
Okay. Sorry, Andy. This means you're last.
That's all right. Don't worry. I've enjoyed it.
Okay. Brilliant.
And
you can make me your stealth check.
With the stealth,
yeah,
I'm going to. Oh, I know. It's Nature's Fail's just one turn, isn't it?
Do you have the spell Pass Without Trace?
That's Pass Without Trace, isn't it? I don't think that hides you, does it?
No, but it adds 10 to your stealth, so it's like.
Oh, does it?
Ridiculous, yeah.
Does it? Maybe I should have picked that if I haven't, shouldn't
I? Now's the time. If you want to change that, you can, because this is.
Yeah, I think because I couldn't decide which spells to go for. Yeah.
This is the perfect time to decide.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I'll swap one of those out. What is it for? Cantrip first, second, third?
It's a first level, I think.
Second.
I thought Tracy's first.
I'll do it later, but I'll cast it. Cast the first level.
You cast Pass Without Trace. I'd also like you, actually, considering you've already been in a scrap with 2 vampire spawn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you just to take. Get rid of this.
Am I doing this in?
Sorry, it's second level, not first. Second level.
Okay. Do I do this in D&D Beyond, or am I doing the hit points in D&D Beyond?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Clear. Sorry, I'm just clearing the turn order because it was in my way. And then. Now the Zoom meeting's in my way. Sorry, guys. Take 5 damage. You were lucky there. Where it just shows that you've already been in a bit of a scrap.
Okay.
Okay. You don't need to take off any other spells or anything like that. You're quite good.
Yep.
As you're making your way through, did you roll a stealth check, by the way? No, you didn't. Roll a stealth check and add 10 for your.
Yeah. Do I? How do I add that?
You don't need to add it. You just add it in your head. You just.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. There you go. 24.
24.
Cadman. I didn't get you to roll a perception check actually, so I'll get you to do that now because I realised that survival was for your tracking. So just make me a perception check. This is to see whether or not you see each other. Liam, you hear the sound. Mate, Cadman's. I'm sorry, mate. You can't hear anything. But you feel like you're quite quiet. Whereas Liam, you can hear the sound of something else approaching from the other side of camp. You have just spotted this cabin, and you can see outside of it what is very clearly a vampire. His eyes glinting like cat's eyes, reflecting the moonlight. The only light source currently, as vampires do not need to see in the dark.
Right, okay.
Does everybody in the scene, aka Kyle and Ken, does your characters both have night vision?
Yeah.
Dark vision, I should say. Brilliant. Okay, because otherwise this would be very bad. Okay.
But anyway, that's why you chose the scene, surely.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
No, random luck.
Okay. You both enter the scene at different ends of the this wooded area. Can you see this person here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Brilliant. He's standing in front of a wooden cabin that looks a bit derelict. It was probably just an old woodman's hut that they've used as a point to hole up in for the. They don't tend to stick around in one place. Let's drag these characters into the scene. So, Liam, you're going to come from down this area. I'm just going to put you right at the bottom, okay?
Yep.
So you're coming, you can see around this area, so you can see him from there. Can you see where you are?
Yep.
And
I can move myself as well, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Cadman, I'm going to have you come in from this route over here. So you are, can you see yourself? Yep. Yeah, brilliant. Perfect. So you can both see this person, Cadman. You can certainly sense that there's something not right with this person. It's not just a human. Obviously not just a human. Your work and business with what it is that you do and the people that you deal with, you know that this isn't a human. And Liam, you definitely know that this is a vampire. This is definitely your business.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can if I've got any handouts here of what this guy looks like. No, it doesn't really matter. He's about to die. I imagine. I feel that this probably doesn't need. Do you want to go straight into initiative for what's about to happen, or would you prefer to play out the first bit? See if there's another way to go about this.
Liam wouldn't.
No, I didn't think so.
Liam wouldn't.
Okay.
Liam
In that case, I'd like you get because of your stealth check, and the monster hasn't noticed you. Neither has Cadman, to be honest. You will get a surprise round on this thing. But if you could also select your tokens and roll initiative, that would be also very cool.
Okay. Oh, there it is.
What is that? Did you roll an? Oh, nat one. Oh no, it's fine. You get a. You already get a surprise round, so you get to act first anyway. Jesus Christ. Let me see. I can get rid of this one. I can get rid of this one. +3. So that's 12. that actually come up with anything? No, it didn't. Why didn't it? It's because it's numlock. Okay. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself, guys.
No change it there.
Well, there we go. Perfect. So surprise round goes to Liam. What do you do?
I'm gonna shoot it.
Really?
Like I've shot the other ones. First things first, Slayer's Prey.
Yep.
On it.
Slayer's Prey. What is that? Describe that. Is that Hunter's Mark?
It's like that, yeah. It's it gives me an extra one. It's I think Hunter's Mark's yeah, but it's this. It gives me an extra 1d6 damage on each attack against it.
Yeah, that's probably so. That's your bonus action, yeah.
That's my bonus action to.
Okie dokie.
Do that, yeah.
And then describe what it is that you're using to attack.
People, Cadman will see it as normal.
Yeah. Well, Cadman can't see you at the moment. Well, no, you're attacking, so now you're out of stealth. So Cadman will notice this through the trees.
A longbow.
Okay.
It's a very, very well. It's a longbow, I suppose, as far as you're concerned.
At the moment, yeah, it's just a longbow.
Yeah.
Until you get closer. Okay.
Yeah.
Make your attacks.
Okay. Done this for ages. Oh, you're on it there. Do I need to target anything? I don't.
No, it's not like Foundry. You just roll to hit, and I tell you if you have.
Okay.
Yep, that hits.
Roll the damage.
Yep.
You can't. You have to add the extra dice on manually. Do you?
Extra dice on manually. So there. Yeah. Is this magical damage?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Oh yes.
Otherwise, this would have been a very long fight.
Is that extra damage from the Slayer's Prey spell?
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Slayer's Prey feat.
But other things will add in automatically. So I've got something that's just it. D&D Beyond's added it in automatically. It's always on a Paladin bonus thing.
Oh yes, because it's part of the yeah. Annoyingly, it only does it with abilities, not spells.
Yeah,
which is a shame.
This is an ability though.
Not as far as
I wonder whether we could. I'll have a look.
We'll figure it out later.
No important.
Yeah.
Do I get 2 attacks? Don't I? Or do I get more?
You do. I believe you do. Yeah.
Attacks per action too. I get 2 attacks per action. Yeah.
Good. Attack again.
Let's do another one. Okay.
That hits. I'm going to figure out how to put background music for fights at some point as well. Okay, 12 damage. Your Slayer's Prey thing goes on top of that. 13. Yep. Brilliant. So that's 50. This thing takes 2 arrows to the chest, and knowing that vampires can't breathe, it still seems to make that noise. Suddenly becomes very angry, very bestial. Its face contorts angrily, and the fangs are very clear in its mouth as it hisses towards the direction that the arrows came from. It now stands. He now stands in a defensive, aggressive stance, ready to run and attack you. It does not seem to notice Cadman because being shot does that. But Cadman, you can see that this creature is for sure a vampire from its response. The fangs kind of give it away. It's very clearly a rabid vampire. Is that your go, Liam?
I think so. We're just looking through all the stuff. I've done an action and a bonus action. I've got some reactions, but there's Yeah.
So that was your surprise round. Yep. Now it's going to go to the top. Sorry, Kyle. We're going to go for a couple of The vampires are going to go. And this thing's going to take its movement, which is only 30 foot. Well, that's no good. Does it have anything that's... No, it doesn't. It's just going to run at you then.
Bring it on.
Oh, it's going to try and run at you. It's not going to get too far. Jesus. There we go. Watch out, it's coming. Actually, do you know what? It's going to close distance. It's going to double move.
Do it.
It's gonna come right up close to you. Seeing that you have a ranged weapon, it's going to try and fuck you up from a. It has no idea what it's done. No. You do hear inside the building, inside the cabin, commotion as some other things inside are realizing they're under attack. Okay, let me just. Sorry, I'm gonna bring this to the token layer.
Sorry, folks, I'm not getting bored. I've just been up since 5:30 this morning, and it's now.
Sorry, Tom.
10. It's fine.
He is bored. I'm joking.
He's sleepy.
This thing's gonna come come to the door, and you see a female vampire now sticking her head out of the cabin, looking around, seeing this commotion, but also spots Cadman. That's going to be her go before she ducks back in behind the door, and she shuts the door, screaming out. She says, "Fuck him up, Greg!" And then she screams the name. Bats! And
Greg the vampire.
Greg the vampire. You don't know. They were human once.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, imagine going around with the name like Vladimir. You know what I mean? Liam, it is your go again. Seeing as we're back in normal.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot him again, twice again.
Yes, you can because you have that feat that lets you do that. He's made an error in judgment, clearly. That hits.
Oh, so he's not at disadvantage for firing in melee. Okay.
Nope. He has a special feature that allows him to continue doing that without disadvantage. That is
19.
19. This thing, I think, takes it right, just smack bang in the side of the head. Not a killing blow just yet, but just very much hurt. This thing is looking very bloodied. It's black, red blood, dribbling down its face in thick, oozy, congealed texture that the undead tend to have. Delicious. Sorry, what was that total? 19, did you say?
Has the second one not come out?
Yes, it has.
It has.
I was just trying to take off the last one. Okay, and then 16 plus your Slayer's mark thing. Slayer's prey.
Okay. I must have rolled that. I'm not sure that I don't even remember rolling the damage. Okay.
So it's 16 plus 1.
60, yeah.
Yeah. So 17. Yeah, this thing's looking right messed up. It is kind of on its last legs. You start to see now that it's really up close. It was very ferocious to start with, and now there's kind of a panic in its eyes, and it becomes more bestial because of it. This is animal in the corner.
Yeah.
Cadman, it is finally your go. You can see all of this. This is not hidden. You saw the other vampire woman dip out. Yeah.
Okay, so I saw him get. Did I see him? I did see him get shot, didn't I? And he's bolted.
For this other guy that is there in the woods with you. You don't obviously recognise this gentleman. They don't seem to be friends. Let's just say that. This other guy looks just like what does Liam look like? Although we've got, I should probably have put up the pictures of the characters so far, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Let's do that. just whilst you guys are talking and discussing things. First of all, let's do Hendrix and
Raphy.
Did that appear to people?
No.
No. Okay. Maybe I won't. maybe I won't do that. I'll maybe have to do that later. Oh no, I know how to do it. I figured it out.
Yay!
In the 2 seconds. Did that pop up?
Yes.
Hey, so that's Hendrix, our doggy pal, our dog rogue of the party.
That talks.
Who talks? Yeah.
It doesn't just say woof.
He says woof. He just says it. That's Raphy Matthews, our mysterious gentleman at the moment. Possibly works as a fire safety equipment specialist.
Yeah.
Who knows? This is Liam. This is our ranger character who's hunting our vampires. That pop up?
Yep.
Brilliant. And then last...
Is he wearing some sort of fur or hair shirt?
No, it's a leather jacket.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, that was it. He's wearing a leather jacket. And then I'm going to show this now. This is Cadman. However, he is often disguised. Currently, he is disguised as just a fucking art student wandering in the woods.
That's what
with a portfolio.
Yeah, with a portfolio.
Is that disguise? So even though we can see him through the veil, it's a disguise that works on top of that. So
on top of that, this is an extra.
We see him. We don't see him as a gargoyle.
No, not at the moment.
Not as
unless he wants you
unless
to.
He wants you to. Cool.
Yeah. Like this is you fully see a student just walking in going, oh, what's going on? Yeah, continue. Just a time check. It is at 10:30.
The best I can do is get to there.
Okay.
Double moving.
You have some range spells.
Not great range spells.
Range spells all the same. If you want to help out. Alternatively, you can double move instead of doing anything with your action, or you can hold your action. I will tell you this. You know from the reports you had, there are 2 people currently missing. So potentially there are 2 victims in that cabin.
Yeah.
That might need saving.
That takes too long. Don't worry about that. Okay. Yeah, I'll just double move. There's no real bonusy stuff I can get away with.
I think that means you can get up to the door, to be honest. 1, 2,
no, I did double move.
Oh, you did double move from there? What's your movement?
30 feet.
No, if you double move, that means it's 60.
Oh, wait, I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you see my little stick there? So you can go there if you want. There you go. Yeah, I was about to say that's thingy, but yeah, if that's all you can get to at the moment, that is all you can get to. Is there any other spells that you want to prepare, or are you good for the moment?
I am good because, like I said, I don't think I have much on the way of bonus action stuff.
No worries. Well, it's the vampire's turn now. So this one down at Liam. Yeah, go on, Carl.
Am I within 60 feet of Liam?
Let's have a look. Let's do some measuring. You are.
Then I shall cast Shield of Faith on him.
Aha. Liam, you see this student put out his hand, and suddenly what does it look like, Carl? What does this magic look like?
It's sort of greenish naturish type of magic, sort of almost druidic, but not quite.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Where is it? Where's Shield of Faith? I can't even find it on my list.
Like a greenish, soft, apple green glowing light kind of comes out, and
there you go.
There you go. Gives you a +2 to your AC, which is going to come in really handy now that this thing's about to attack you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So you have +2 to your AC. This thing in front of you is going to go just batshit crazy on you.
Yep.
It is it's just going to just attack you. It also regains. It hasn't been hit with radiant damage, has it?
No.
No, it's going to regain some hit points then. Not a lot though. Okay. Yep. 18? Does 18 hit you? With your
Not anymore.
AC? Not anymore. Very good. Very
You
clever.
lucky man.
Okay. Lucky. And it has multi-attack, so it's just going to go again. And this one is slightly different. It goes to try and bite you. 11's not going to hit though. Fully not going to hit. Yeah, this thing's just screeching. It's not even making any human sounds anymore, whereas it would have been potentially quite boastful and as vampires usually are, they're a little bit up themselves.
Yes.
This one's just gone full feral. It really just wants to kill you. It's not doing a good job, unfortunately. The sheen of magic that this stranger has cast on you seems to be preventing it from its claws scratched down, and it would have made a mark on you. You know it would have.
Yeah.
But this sheen has stopped it.
I like to think that randomly a bunch of leaves just sort of blew into his face as he went for the strike.
Yeah. It's just like there's a bunch of leaves just hit in the face. This female vampire is going to come back out, come running down and try and attack you, Cadman. What does your aura do? Does it do anything particular to undead?
Which one? No.
No, not just yet. Okay.
Where do I even find my auras? I don't believe so, no.
Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ, these guys are rolling garbage. 14 and a 9 hit you?
Nope.
No, I didn't think so. This thing goes to scratch you, thinking that, like, with her claws, she also pops her fangs out, snarls and hisses at you, goes to slash at you, thinking that you're easy prey, meets stony resistance, and looks at you confused, like, not fleshy like she imagined that was going to be. Hang on a minute, my camera's gone a bit just fucking blurry. It's done. Yeah, it is Liam's go again.
I'm gonna shoot him again.
Yeah, just do it. Finish this guy. That hits. Yep. Was sure. Yep, cool. 17.
Do I need to hit him again?
Yeah, you do. He's on his last. That hits, yeah. I don't think you need to roll damage for this one. Yeah, it's dead. How do you kill it?
How do I kill it? So how are these ones just normal kills, are they?
These are new, so you know they are spawnlings. They are newly turned.
So they don't need anything special to kill.
No, nothing like that. You know that their transition to proper vampirism has not yet been complete.
Yeah.
You also know, in fact, make me a religion check very quickly. Where is it?
So,
3. You can't remember. You've met so many bloody vampires. They're all the same now.
Yeah,
I mean, you've got your equipment on you. If you need to double tap this thing, you know what to do. It goes down. You shoot it through the head, or
I'm not doing anything flashy.
Okay, it just goes down.
Job done.
Walk past it. It's guarded.
Just a
job.
Just a basic one, isn't it? It's just a pleb.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. It goes down. You don't even give it a second glance. It's not worth your time.
I'm going to use my move.
Yep.
In fact, I'm gonna. You can't do a double move, can I? One.
No, because you've used your action.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go. Yeah.
That's it. So you start moving your way towards this other vampire. Cadman, it is your go. This thing has tried to attack you. Now looks a little bit confused.
I'm guessing we're not talking then, and I'm going to swing.
Cool, yeah. Go for it. You swing your portfolio at her.
Yep.
And I think Liam sees that the illusion of the portfolio fails somewhat as this vampire reacts to this hit in not the way you would expect a student to be attacking a vampire. That hits, roll your damage. And does it do anything special? And just remember, you got things like smites and shit.
I was going to smite.
Yeah.
So how do I do that on this?
I believe you have to use you have to expend a spell slot to do it, and it should say on your character sheet how much your smites are at this point.
It does. Oh.
Nice. Is it 2 lots of D8?
If it's undead, then it'll be
3, I think. It's 2 normally, 3 for undead.
2 normal. Oh, that just roll 1.
It just rolled 1, yeah. It rolled 1d8, then 1d8. You got another d8 to roll, I believe. I'd double check it just in case.
Yeah, done 2 divine smites, done the morning star. Yeah, so no 1.
Cool. Oh, hang on. Oh, I see what it is. It's done. No, that's not the. Yeah, so your +4 radiant is the same thing that Andy gets, which is just a 1d8 extra radiant because paladins. So that is a lot of damage that this thing's just taken. That's 10, 20, 24, 30 damage, radiant damage. Let me see if it's vulnerable to it. It's not, but it can't resist it for sure. So that's 30 damage. And do you have another hit to take?
I do. That's my first attack. So yeah.
Oh, go for it.
Is Cadman's Morning Star actually a Morning Star, or is it a bit of wood with spikes in it?
Well, you'll see when he. But
I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah, asking for. By the way, could well be a Morning Star. I can't remember what we decided. And just this, yeah. So the Morning Star hits, obviously 14 damage. This thing has gone from being really healthy to being very much unhealthy, but it still looks like it's standing. Could take a few more hits, but she's looking wild-eyed and perhaps like she's about to run. Okay.
Yep.
Is that your go?
Yeah, and that's a slot I have to remove.
Brilliant. That is their go now. So she assesses this situation. She looks back. She sees her fellow friend has gone down. She's going to make a will save. That's probably a sensible idea, isn't it? Let's go wisdom save. Yeah, she fails that. She is going to disengage and try and run away. So she disengages from you, and she's going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because she disengaged, she can't run any further than that. So that's as far as she gets. Liam, this thing's trying to run away.
I was going to shoot it anyway.
This foul creature is trying to run away. Not on my watch.
They must all die.
The exterminator. Yeah, that fucking hits. Like, what doesn't that hit? Come on. Okay. Still standing. Looking very, very damaged, but still standing. And that hits as well. It's not standing anymore. It's dead. She goes down, but there's almost a a human wailing scream at the end, a fear for her own mortality, before her unlife ends and she falls to the ground. And the reason that you know that these aren't full vampires is because they haven't disintegrated into ash, they haven't turned to mist, they haven't done any of the stuff that some of the other vampires can do.
Stuff.
Yeah, some of those vampires you've seen have turned into pools of blood on the floor. These ones just look like corpses.
Corpses, yeah. Poor things. And I'm going to carry moving. 2, 3, 4.
You can come out of initiative now.
Okay.
As you both regard each other.
I'm ignoring this student for now.
Yeah.
Job first.
Are you? Yeah, absolutely.
One track mind. Heading into the building because.
Yep. Kyle, what's Cadman doing? He's just seen this guy fully walk past
divine
you.
sense, see if I can sense
anything
any more.
Yes, perfect. How far does your divine sense go?
It's a 60-foot radius, by the looks of it.
60 foot.
Yep.
Okay. You don't sense anything. There's nothing here that you sense. It's no more vampires. So yeah.
Fae Fiend Celestial undead for me.
Fae Fiend Celestial undead. No, she's not there. So there is no other. Oh, sorry, apologies. There is an undead. There is undead. The person who just walked past you is undead. The guy who just killed the vampires. Almost forgot about that.
I had forgotten.
Yeah.
I remembered earlier, and then I thought it'd be funny, wouldn't it? And then I completely forgot. One trapped mind thinking about killing vampires.
He doesn't.
There's no more vampires, mate. Are you okay though?
Did you hear that, Ken?
Yeah. I'm just ignoring. Have I got time to do Primal Awareness?
Yeah. You could do your Primal Awareness. That's absolutely fine.
As an action, spend 1 spell slot. Sense with any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are present within a 1 mile of you.
Jeez.
So say that list again for me.
Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead.
You get a faint ping, but it's not any of those things. It's like a mix of them coming from the weird student guy.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you both kind of like Spider-Man pointing at each other.
Yeah. Again, it's something for
he doesn't register as any of those specifically.
Yeah. I can sense that it's not a vampire, therefore.
For sure, not a vampire, not undead.
Yeah.
If anything, you'd say it was something like fae / celestial.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Some sort of fae creature. I've seen it cast be illusionary and stuff. So
yeah. Maybe even a little bit elemental mixed in there, but you're not quite sure. Yeah, Cadman, there are the sounds of whimpering coming from inside here. I'm just going to move these guys down to the token layer so you guys can see them, because you're about to do an investigation of this cabin.
Yeah.
I think we can narrate kind of what happens after that. So you both have come together in this cabin in the woods.
Phrasing.
Well, who knows what's going to happen. The 2 people that you find, I'm sure that Liam would check them over.
Yeah.
You know that vampire spawn can't make more vampires, but you check them anyway, and there's no marks on them.
Doesn't matter whether they can make any or not. They're vampires. They can't live. But as they're okay, I want to do a full search, make sure there's not anything hiding, masked from my senses.
Make me an investigation check. And Cadman, what do you want to do with these people in here, or this person that seems to be walking around doing stuff?
I'm gonna go up to them, see if they're injured. Go, you're right. The
Make me a medicine check. Gone. Yeah, the crackheads. Oh, I like that. Make me a persuasion check. Or deception, technically. Sorry. Okay. They're too scared to kind of register what you're saying. They keep talking about weird creatures and snarling and things like that. Liam, you're investigating the area. You know what it is that vampires need to live and survive and things like that. This place was set up for 5 vampires. You've killed 4.
Yeah.
But you can't sense the 5th, so clearly they've got away.
Yep.
Maybe that's something you need to deal with later.
Yeah.
And then Cadman, as you're talking to these people, they seem mostly unharmed, but they are very shaken. They do mention a 3rd person that was in the cabin about 10 minutes before you guys turned up. And then I'm assuming you probably escort them home.
Can you remind me what you said, Kyle, that I ignored on the way in? When you did your sense on me, you said...
I don't think there's any more vampires. Are you okay, though, dude?
Hey, dude.
Okay. I'll say to you, because I haven't brushed up on my Irish accent, I'll track. I'll track the last one that got away. If you can take these 2 back to Miss Safety, and as to what you asked earlier, no, I haven't been alright for a long time.
Okay.
And I'll head off.
Brilliant. I think that's probably a good place to leave that scene, unless you wanted to do anything more, Carl. Cool. Brilliant. Excellent. Thank you guys for that scene. That was awesome.
Nice. Yeah, thank you.
Because of the time, I'm going to very quickly introduce the next scene and what happens. Yeah. And then once it gets to a certain point, obviously, we're going to have to draw curtains. But let's move over to the start screen again, just for the moment, while I describe what's going on. It is several months after the incident at Winters Hall Museum. And Hendrix, Delilah, your friend, is escorting you to a Mages Council meeting with quite a high up Mages Council member to do your second and last appeal for citizenship. Are you there, Ben? Just checking.
Yep. No, that's good.
Brilliant.
I'm just trying to remind myself who Delilah was. I'm just back. Yep.
Delilah is your satyr friend, the one that has advocated for you since you've been alone.
Yes.
Okay. Andy, Baron has been asked by High Illusionist Mary Ashcroft to escort her personally to the ICC building in Birmingham, which, as we all know, is secretly the Mages Council building. Although it just looks like a normal community centre, well, not community centre, a meeting place for mundanes, it is in fact a very secretive and highly important Mage Council building. This is the place where most of the Mages Council meet. The High Council, the Senior Council, I should say, and the Junior Council members will most likely meet here, either by projection or in person. It is very unusual, actually, that a Senior Council member of of the 7 that there are, that they would attend in person. However, you do happen to be somewhat in the area at the time and have been asked to come in.
Mary Ashcroft is the head of the Ashcroft family.
Mercy Ashcroft.
Mercy Ashcroft, sorry.
She is the newest senior Mage Council member, and the family that sponsors you.
Yeah, I remember that bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So she has asked for a protective detail just because she's there in person. Usually they project themselves in from their own locations for safety reasons, and also because they're so widespread. It's just easier to do that. You find yourselves in a very lush and important, regal-looking room. I'm going to move you over to this room just now. Let's go over there. And I will put everybody in their place and describe what the meeting is about. Those that you can see in the room currently... Oh, no! My window's closed itself. Oh, it's okay. I didn't go anywhere. I'm going to drag on... let's go Hendrix. So Hendrix, you're going to be next to are you on the right layer? No, you weren't on the right layer, so I'm on the wrong layer as well. Sorry, that's better. So you are next to Delilah. Can you see yourself?
Yep.
Is Delilah a junior council member?
No. Delilah is as you can see her. I wonder if I've got a character picture. I don't. I wonder if I can show players this one. You see that? Show to everyone. Everyone see that?
Yes.
Yep.
Nice. This is Delilah. She is a satyr woman. Underneath her skirt, you can see when she walks, there's a pair of satyr legs. She seems young, but this is very clearly a fey woman. And from her complexion and just the way she stands and the way she looks, she's probably quite old, although she looks quite young. Baron, where you've been at the council a couple of times, you can tell by the way that she's being treated by the other mages throughout the building and in this room itself, and the fact that she has an audience with two senior council members. She is someone certainly to be respected. She carries a lot of weight and power behind her, clearly, even though she's fey, which is a little bit of a big deal. Usually the mages council only is interested in their own, which is rich human mages of old blood, generally.
And sorry, so who are the other 3 people on the map?
Let's bring your character on so you can stand next to Mercy. Where are you? There you are. Okay, so you can put yourself wherever you want to.
Which one is Mercy?
Details.
Is that
Mercy is this lady here.
Okay.
I wonder if I can. No, I don't have a picture for her, unfortunately. You can scroll in and see her picture on her token, but unfortunately, I didn't think to.
Right.
Yeah. So she is the high illusionist. Let me turn my pages over here. Mercy Ashcroft. There are 7 positions on the council. She has one of those. She is the newest member, and quite young. The second person in the room is High Enchanter Balthazar Fitzwarren. He is head of the Mundane Subdivisions, Magical Devices Department, and Artifacts of Power. But since you've been in the room, he has projected himself. You know that this is just an illusion. He is not here in person, though he is attending the meeting. Mercy is the head of the Mundane Government Relations Department.
Could you possibly post their names and titles in the chat?
Yeah. I will have I'll send a little info thing from what people know. I just hadn't got around to it yet.
That's right. Who's this woman?
That is a note taker. She's just a mage that works here. She's a low-level mage, but works sort of mid-level in the council. She's just here to take notes and that sort of thing. Minute taking, basically. Her name's Phoebe.
Okay.
And in front of you, Baron, you can see across the table is this woman, Delilah, who's been introduced. She doesn't seem to have given her last name. They don't refer to her by last name. Just Delilah. She's got no titles. And the dog. There's a dog with her.
Okay.
So, Hendrix, you're here with Delilah. You know that this meeting is about the result of your secondary appeal for citizenship. It was refused originally on the grounds of...
He's a dog.
No, not necessarily. It was refused due to... So fey creatures can look like a lot of things, and they are born sentient. And the difference between you and them is the reason why So they initially refused you, but they have rethought it. You think a lot of string pulling by Delilah herself. She's put in a lot of effort for this to happen, and it's gone from just application to the junior council to now this senior council meeting. And as you gather to discuss this, they talk a little bit at length about the rules about what constitutes a person, and whether or not you count as that. They decide that you are a person in your own right. You have your own autonomy. You are essentially, they can't take that away from you. However, because of how you came to be sentient, there is a disagreement about where you belong now.
Sorry, how do they say he became sentient?
Yes, so you're right, I'm being a little bit too vague here. They do describe in this meeting that Hendrix's previous owner conducted a ritual to awaken Hendrix to become sentient, and his allegiances, as in, did John have a last name?
I don't think we ever named him.
Let's think of a last name quickly. It's John.
Is this the previous owner?
Yeah.
Shackleton.
Yeah, that'll do.
Shackleton. Nice.
Have I ever heard that name?
Never heard that name. Hang on.
Do you want to check for that?
No. It would have to be a nat 20 history check.
The rate things are going today.
I know. Do you know what? I don't know why I've said it. There we go. No, you have not heard of this person. Either they're super top secret or they're just so obscure that you would never have heard of them. Like hearing of your neighbour's 3 doors down's name, you know what I mean? So they contest that Mr. Shackleton holds allegiances with the fiends and therefore created you to be not part of this plane of existence. What is your counter argument to that?
Is this on me or is this on Delilah?
It would be on Delilah, but like she would take into account your wishes and your knowing that they were going to argue this. What would be your? You don't have to figure it. Just tell me.
I think, although I'll provide you with stuff, I don't think Hendrix says anything. He's at the moment he's too busy kind of biting down on his tongue while they're bad mouthing John.
Yep. And there is a lot of unconscious micro expressions of disdain towards John whenever he's mentioned, even though he's obviously now he's missing. and you're your own person, apparently, things like that. Their discussion is whether or not you're going to be passed to a different realm, essentially.
Right.
Okay. And Delilah is going to. Go on.
All right. So while this discussion is going on, I will use my divine sense ability. If he's accused of being potentially built to be a fiend, do I detect? What do I detect with my divine sense?
No fiends. You do detect Fae from Delilah, but not from Hendrix. Hendrix appears just to be.
So divine sense. Yeah, any celestial fiend undead, so I can't detect Fae with that.
Can you not?
No, celestial fiend undead.
Yeah, that's Liam's ability.
Yeah, Liam's one is more powerful.
Yeah. Okay. No, nothing. No fiend, no celestial, no nothing.
Okay. Well, I shall take a step forward and whisper into Mercy's ear that he is neither fiend nor undead.
Okay.
Nor celestial, but he's not being accused of that.
Yeah. She takes a moment and sort of everything goes a little bit quiet and she contemplates it. And then she looks towards Delilah and says, I don't think that we have enough evidence either way to make any solid decision about what we're speculating on. Therefore, I believe that we should have a 5-minute break to discuss what our decision will be, and then we'll call you back in. Just as she says, we'll call you back in, there is a rumbling underneath all of your feet as the room starts to tremble slightly and it starts to get more and more urgent over the next couple of seconds, like an earthquake. The mages are looking towards each other. Go on, Andy.
Beren draws his sword.
Yep.
Which is interesting because he's wearing a sort of jeans t-shirt and a quite a long coat.
Yes.
And it seems to come from inside his coat.
Yes. Let me just ping up Beren again so the audience can see. Sorry.
That's right.
Getting to do this. Show to all players.
And his sword.
Did everyone get that? No, wrong bit again. I did it again. Apologies.
I can see it, but no, that's my character. Sorry.
Okay.
That's it. So that's Beren, and he looks like a general average guy. And as Andy's describing, he has a very long coat of which he is withdrawing.
And then he pulls a sword from it that is, it's not. It looks like some sort of sword only from some sort of cavalry saber from a couple hundred years ago, maybe. I don't know if Hendrix would recognise that, but it's not some ancient-looking long sword or broadsword or big two-handed sword. It's actually
more modern.
Well, it's what's called a back sword from about 1800.
Okay. You draw this sword. Hendrix, are you going to do anything?
Can I smell or feel anything different from where
I am? Make me a perception check with advantage because it's smell based. I'm going to say this happens coincidentally. Coincidentally, that's not a word. Just because we're thinking for time. So as you're smelling something,
I'm only going to roll once because that's a nat 20, so 32.
Ben, fuck off, mate.
I can't help it. That wasn't
Get out of here, piece of shit. Anyway, so as Hendrix's nose sniffs the air and looks towards the door to the entrance of this room, Beren, you have your sword drawn. Delilah serenely and calmly looks towards the door. You can't quite see what her expression is. She seems quite guarded, and the three mages in the room look worried and concerned. The door smashes open. Hendrix, you can smell like decay, but not in an undead way. This is living fungus and rotting things. It's a nat 20. Usually you wouldn't be able to tell this, but I'm going to let you know. The things bounding through the door are probably fey in nature, unseelie.
Okay.
And this is what you see when I finally get there. A masked figure of a man surrounded by 4 black dogs as they bound into the room. These are just a small portion of the things that are now happening in the corridor. There are screams. There's more dogs trampling down the hall. There's the sound of a horn sounding, and a ripping sound, like paper being ripped, but really close to your ear, and a feeling in the air that you can taste on your tongue, and your the hair on the back of your hands and your neck stand on end. For you, Hedrix, it's your whole fur. As something's happening in this building that is going horribly wrong, and this masked figure stands in the doorway, points towards the mages.
Are we supposed to be able to see something? Because I can't.
Oh, can you not see these guys down here?
Not see sorry, they're on the map.
Hold on.
Can you?
Yeah, I can see them.
Right, yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I'll show. I've got a handout that I can show you as well. The masked man. I'm going to show you now. Show to everyone.
Oh.
Sneers. Not that you can see, but sneers. You can feel him sneering. It's so potent, and he points with a very graceful hand and finger, and says something in Sylvan, if anybody speaks that. And the dogs leap forward to attack, and that's where we're going to end this session.
Oh,
awesome! Thank you very much.
Very cool.
Thanks, Bea.
No worries. Thank you. Sorry, it was only 10 minutes overrun. I'm quite surprised. But we will pick up in this scene. We'll complete this fight. Obviously, the players are not alone in this one, which is why the the fight is a little bit heftier. But you're not the only ones fighting it. You do have some quite powerful people in that room. So don't be afraid. It's not a party kill, I promise.
Well, there's only 2 of us here, so
yeah.
I mean,
true.
The others don't care at all.
Characters are fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
All right, guys. I'm going to go.
Okay. I'm going to stop the recording there. Okay.
Yep.